another play for the ages. Valeria looking long. Ball check gets open again.
Welcome to the Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. Thanks for joining us on Ultiworld for the World Flying Disc Federation's premier event, the World Ultimate Championships. We've worked all the way through the brackets. The semis have been decided. Finals are on tomorrow, but we're right here to decide the first medal of the tournament, bronze medal action in the mixed division. I'm Stefan Rapazzo alongside Katie Locke. We've got Australia taking on France. Katie, what do you know about this one?
Well, I've had the pleasure of commentating both these sides in numerous matches, and I think this is going to be an amazing matchup. Australia have a lot of physical intensity, big shots, big hucks, and big blocks, whilst the French side are really good at using clinical offense, using their whole roster, and they were devastated in a semi from Canada this morning. The Canadian defense just taking over and taking the game for Canada. So this is going to be a very exciting match between two quite different styles of ultimate.
Yet two different teams. They have matched up, not at this tournament. They were both at the Windmill tournament in Amsterdam earlier this year. And the French got the better of them then. One player to watch that has had a huge tournament, Michaela Dunmore.
Yeah, Michaela, a lefty out of Adelaide, has a ripper huck and is also ripper in the end zone. She can get very big, and we saw her towing the line with great brilliance in yesterday's quarterfinal win. Expect her to make a big impact on the D-line for Australia.
On the other side of the disc, Chloé Olivier, Chloé Owe as she's known, a big contributor on the Yaka side, has been a goal-scoring machine for the French outfit, a speedy part of the continuation in their offense, always there when they look upfield. And Chloé Olivier will have a big imprint on this game if the French are to get above.
Australia coming out on defense with male matching puller, meaning there's 4 of them on the field.
And we're going to get into this one. We may have news breaking for you about World Games qualification. Of course, both these teams in the hunt. And the French kick things off. Malvin Schmidt with the disc. Schmidt goes to the stalwart Gaël Ancelin, and now to Fouquet. Fouquet throws low, Schmidt keeps it off the ground. Gerwig and Lachi continue. Malvin Schmidt. Coralie Fouquet and Schmidt exchange. And now far sideline to Gerwig. Schmidt has a look back in bounds. Fouquet is there and quickly goes far sideline to Lachi. Olivier. Back to Schmidt. And Fouquet. Around they go, trying to navigate the Australian zone. Boyon gets his first touch of the game. Fouquet to Boyon. And now Schmidt. Already 30 passes into this, the very first possession of the game. Hammer from Schmidt. He tries to close down the pass count, but the throw not on. Aussie defensive look does what they need to do to get a possession. John McNaughton takes the trot down out the back of the end zone as gives us a good moment to note the notable absences in this game. Katie Yoshida with an injury, ACL, unable to be here. Holly Reeve, personal issues keeping her away from the tournament today. And Max Halden on the sideline, no boots on. They've been fighting some foot issues over the course of this weekend. The big one, Powley tries to go upwind immediately. Latchy. Oh, there's a big bid by Powley, but the miss is going to leave Gerwig all alone. Australian defense scrambles back into position, and the French go to the youngster, Malvin Schmidt, who's been solid as a rock quarterbacking this attack. He finds Boyon there, and Schmidt with the assist, Boyon with the goal, French with the lead.
Yeah, Melvin Schmidt, we've seen quarterbacking so far in this opening offensive point. He has been a huge part of the French offensive line, only 21 years old. He's been playing Ultimate since he was 13 though, and is part of, he was Vice World Champions. I believe that would have been at the junior level. This French side has a huge age range between them, so it's great to see the connection between the youth of the French program and the experienced veterans. And the Australian O-line, as Steph mentioned, we're missing some key personnel. You might be able to see Katie Yoshida on crutches, potential ACL to be confirmed with a scan, but she's still here, get around her teammates with the Aussie flag.
Big pull, Ava Bourneau sends it. Chodos and Tran. Maddie Owens comes under, adjusts, and puts two hands on it. Chodos trying to give an option, didn't allow Owens to stay engaged. Instead, she finds Lee. Lee goes central to Day. Day goes high, Chodos takes it there. Tran leads, strong hands by Maddie Owens, put to the end zone, but off target there, and France will get a break chance.
Perhaps as Australia's O-line is missing some of its key handlers, other players having to step up into those roles and just not as experienced under the pressure of a World Championship bronze medal. Hopefully less execution errors.
Ava Bourneau. High stall count, has to jack it. No one home, Tran knocks it away. I thought there was a second chance available. Bartram goes around to Owens. Owens begging for a cut, nothing giving. She throws one, end zone off two hands. Camille Blanc, the last one to touch it as it gets sent out the back. I think I see a head pat, maybe a stall out before the throw went up.
So if I would retract it. I just think I really just don't think you do. I'm not trying to be bad. I really feel like I got it out before you said 10. But unless you had a perspective.
Did you think that you would have thrown differently if she weren't counting faster?
No, I didn't. She's calling a stall out.
Yeah, and you're contesting it. Did you think it had an effect on the play? So play on.
I'm
Okay.
saying I will uncontest the stall out if you think that it was a stall out.
I didn't hear the stall count, sorry. So are you debating whether or not the turnover is here or down there?
I don't think it's a fast count. I just
Okay.
think, yeah.
Okay.
Does that yes.
So it's a turnover? Yes. Okay.
So turnover, any which way you slice it, they're going to have the turnover on the throwing side rather than, or the reception side where the throw ended up, rather than the throwing side where it was delivered from.
So good use of the game advisor's interpretation there, and Owen saying, look, I would have made the same throw, but she was counting a bit fast. So I think that's a good outcome to give the disc to France rather than to send it back to Owens on stall 8.
Enzo Forget throws, gets Lison Bourneau, and there is a player down. It looks like Simon Ruel. Getting back to his knees, Fisher Day there next to him, so surely the impact came amidst the two. An accepted foul, Fisher Day. Those two both exceptional athletes. Back in play, Eva Bourneau. Stuck in a tight position, the run-through defense comes. Bub all alone after getting the touch. Tran forces one into the corner. Fisher Day is there, and there's a pick called. Not so fast. Chodos. Low throw, can't be kept off the turf. Fenriche is off and running. Look out. By my estimation, the fastest man at the tournament. Bourneau to Forget. He's jacked it deep. 2 and 3 in the area, but it's Bub who knocks it away defensively for the Barramundis. Bartram. Waiting for a cut. Great concentration by Dave. Forget was all over it. And just enough of a touch by Benji Fenriche to keep that away from Dorothy Lee.
My goodness, this is already cracking up to be a mammoth point. Incredible bids from both teams. Forget was amazing in the semi against Canada, taking on a key matchup. So it's good to see him coming in and making a defensive impact on this game for France too.
Enzo Forget winds up, great throw out of hand. Camille Blanc has a chance, then Berthet gets it on the second chance. Fenriche with a disc. He looks for an outlet and gets Bourneau. Eva Bourneau to sister Lison. Now Enzo Forget. Forget, Eva Bourneau. All eyes upfield, great throw into Ruel. Simon Ruel leads, Berthet is there, keeps the toe, and the French break up wind.
Now that is such an important moment for Le Bleu. Amazing work on the feet and pushing those throws through that difficult upwind. Now that fast sideline is the low side with today's crosswind, so those would have been some incredibly challenging throws, but amazing footwork there. Pauline Berthet showing us why she's a world-class player.
And we mentioned off the top, the Australians missing 3 of their rostered players. Worthy to note as well on the French side, Sasha Potsokolski, one of the key cogs to their offense, has been out all week after day 2, remains out for this. Brereton receives after McNaughton collects the pull. Peter Ely. Goes to Brereton. And then McNaughton. McNaughton hammers to Stoddart, lefty to lefty. Stoddart back to McNaughton, and he gets going. McNaughton throws the hammer, gets away almost with a backup plan of Ely, but he's unable to collect. Beguendemo goes to Berthet. Inside to Lison Bourneau. Bourneau to Blanc. And Blanc looks back inside for Forget, well covered up by Brereton. Forget goes around to Justine Bru. Leads Berthet, strong hands. High release, nice throw to Begdem. Now Forget, no immediate continuation. Motions to Beguendemo. Now leads cross side. Beguendemo chases it in. Visionary shot by Enzo Forget.
Some fantastic attempts to recover the disc for Australia, but the French visionary throw across the front of the end zone. France are showing their dominance early in this game. That is free a trot. Australia will have to find something special going downwind to ensure they stay in with a chance for the dirty gold.
The veteran there, Nasser Mbe Vogel, set to pull. Going through his career resume would take a long time, but he's played all over in the US, in France, in Switzerland, in England, not for clubs and teams in all of these countries, not just going there for a tournament. He's been all over the world to do that. Last year, winning with this French mixed team, his first European title, was a very special moment for the journeyman. Chodos winds up Tran, the intended receiver, and that connects to put them on the board. 3-1 now. That's a bit more like it for the Mundies.
One throw offense for Australia, finally getting the answers they need and scoring an important downwind hold. A lot of supporters on the sideline here, ready to cheer on the Mundies. Though the Australian fans having a tough choice as to which bronze match to watch right now is on field one. The Firetails up against Team Canada in the women's division bronze medal match. So stay tuned on Ultiworld. You can watch both games. So
Split screen.
Yep, split screen, or pick one to watch now and one to watch later.
And of course, the first time those two played Universe Point games, so promise to be another cracker.
Yeah, both of these games are going to be incredibly exciting matchups, and though for the Australian fans, I'm sure they're hoping that Australia can claw back to make this one slightly tighter. McNaughton on pulling duties, and you see why that is hanging.
Yeah, what a valuable weapon having the veteran McNaughton able to huck from infield, but to pull, to initiate points like that, so valuable. Bouillon goes the other way. Ancelin is clear, but it looks too far. It is.
France O-line with a turn, but there has been a call made somewhere on the field. Perhaps an injury based on the hand signals.
Yeah, it looks like Paule is injured, maybe copped a bit of the follow through from the huck.
Holding his quad there, so hopefully it's just a little bit of a minor corky.
Yeah, corking. There was definitely no impact on the throw. Ash Evans onto the pitch for the first time this tournament.
Yeah, Evans managing an injury and resting most games, but perhaps with the rest of the Mondays looking a little light on the O-line. Evans stepping up and hopefully in prime form after being rested.
Well rested, not so tested, but bringing in fresh legs late in the tournament. As long as that injury is feeling good is not a bad thing for the Australian Barramundis. John McNaughton from the line goes to Ash Evans. Evans leads to Copland. Copland jacks it deep. Dunmall and follow-up available. Not quite yet. Phillips is in the end zone. Led. Dunmall to Phillips. And that's a break for the Mondays. 2-3. France still in the lead.
And that is exactly the answer Australia needed to bring. Copland with the huge flick huck just right into the breadbasket of Dunmall, and she connects well with Phillips, the two playing their women's season together recently for Chile out of Melbourne. And often mistaken for each other on the field due to similar stature and hair, but...
And the orange neckerchief, or whatever you call that thing.
Oh, we call them neckies? Yeah.
Okay. Neckies.
Anything that can be shortened with an E in Australia will be. So, or an O. It's an Arvo right now for afternoon.
Some people after their tournament's over might go to the bottle-o.
Yep, to have a bet. Or you don't say Bevo, you just say Bevs. Short for beverage.
Yeah, offside indicated. And Nass. Mbe Vogel will walk it to the brick mark. A fierce competitor, Nasser. I have had the pleasure of coaching him in the Club World Championship campaign. The man doesn't stop and is in incredible form for his age. For any age, but particularly for the ripe young age of 44.
Might actually be 45 now.
It is actually 45, you're right. Coralie Fouquet to Mbe Vogel. Fouquet to Mathias. Lachi. Fouquet far sideline, and Nasser sees it through the hands. A stone cold drop and a short field for the Mondays. Brereton puts it high. Olivier gets in the way. Rush to the line. Now Bouillon has time to huck, but no one to huck to. Mbe Vogel to Bouillon. Ancelin through the middle to Lachi. And quick back to Ancelin. He can't handle it. A little too hot. Brereton picks up. Inside. Sent to Ely now. Ely to center. McKinnis bobbles but does collect and then punt spikes it as the Mondays break again, leveling the break line here 2 apiece and the score with it.
Yeah, these high-stakes games, we're starting to see very seasoned, experienced players cold drop. Seen it across all divisions, but this is a critical time for France, and they've often been so composed on offense, and perhaps the Australian defense is really putting pressure on them. Something I did observe on that point is Australia taking a page out of Canada's playbook from the semi and putting an assassination on Onsalan, Ely on that duty. So I think that put a lot of pressure in the middle, and Onsalan was one with a cold drop too.
Yeah, I did watch the tail end of the Canada-France semi, and I noticed that was happening, as everyone seemed to, of course. I wasn't convinced that the French were dealing with that the best way possible. Onsalan was staying out of the play and dragging his defender out to make it a 6-on-6 game, but they still had a 6-on-7 game because they had that deep defender next to Onsalan who could peel off if anything went up, if it went deep. So I'd like to see Onsalan getting more involved if he continues to get assassinated.
That's right.
Inside Olivier. Mathias goes to Fouquet. Fouquet leads forward. Boyon. And bounces off the chest of Mathias, unable to handle, and the Mondays an opportunity to roll with this momentum. McNaughton inside to Copeland. Right back to McNaughton. McNaughton sends deep. Mish Phillips on the chase. Easily gets 2 hands on it. Waiting for the troops to arrive. She goes back to Dunmall. Inside break. And the Aussies break again.
Inez Ruiz with the sneaky goal in traffic. Fantastic composure and decisive throw from Dunmall. Australia have gone 4 in a row, as the French side looks quite flat. I believe we do have a timeout called on the field.
That's about the right call to make for the French right now. They started so hot, busting out to a 3-0 lead, and now have conceded 4 in a row. There's bigger implications at stake here than just the bronze medal, or maybe not bigger, but additional implications, Katie. World Games qualifying. Right now, France qualify with a mixed bronze medal. If they win this game, they are in. GB and Germany qualify with a France loss. GB in over Germany with an open bronze medal and a France win. So many implications. Right now, the most important one is that top point. If France win, they're in. This is a game to go for World Games. Whether they know that or not out there right now is beyond me, but this info coming to us, and this game, I mean, all these teams with full delegations have known every game matters, every point matters, and it's amazing it comes down to this. This medal can seal the deal for the whole French delegation to have a place at the World Games.
That's right, and what's quite interesting is that France's loss in the semi that didn't impact Australia's chances. Australia was a lock yesterday by having all 4 teams make semis. So, and similarly, if France had got up over Canada, Canada would have been fine. They were a lock. So every single game matters. There's so much interlacing between the 3 divisions, and although the World Games is only mixed, having a team in every division here and having every single team do as well as possible is incredibly important. And France opting to put lots of strength in their mixed team has done well for this team, but maybe not for their overall standings, as we see an offside called again on Australia's pool.
So Malvin Schmidt will take the long walk to the brick mark. And the French will hope to find the form they had to kick this game off if they are going to see themselves through to the World Games. Schmidt and Forget. Now to Fouquet. Lachi in the middle. Dump back to Schmidt and Gerwig. Forget goes over to the far sideline. Low in center to Schmidt, and now Lacoste Lefebvre. Fakes the backhand. Handling unit. Australia take a bite at it and miss. Lachi to Fouquet. And Ancelin continuing to get individual attention amidst this zone, and he continues to stay stagnant in the deep space. Ready to cut deep, and he does, and we've got a one-on-one. Ancelin against Stoddart, and Ancelin can't handle it. The one thing he is able to do from that position is bust deep. He finally went. The upwind throw made it there, and Ancelin could not haul it the whole way in, right off the hands.
Ancelin having the body position over Stoddard, but it came in at a weird angle on his chest, and I wonder if the wind dropped a little too soon. There is sun in the exact direction he would have been looking at, so perhaps he was a little blinded by the bright afternoon sun here on the Gold Coast.
Back into play, Copland takes the easy under. Dang to Ely. And Stoddart chops his cut into the backfield. Copland gets his legs taken out, no fouls called, playing on. Ely winds up the backhand, sends deep. Copland can't get there, and France will take over.
Copland and Ely, teammates for the Ellipsis men's side in the Australian national season. Though Copland, we didn't see him earlier in the week due to a concussion, so glad to see he didn't bump his head on that ankle fumble.
Forget to the line, turns back to Schmidt quickly, and then some space to Fouquet. Forget to Schmidt. Sniff of a chance there for Bartram, but nothing doing. Schmidt to Lachi. Lacoste Lefebvre was open by 20 meters until now. Still about 10 deep. And the French moving backwards here. And the big shot goes, Ancelin collects. Fouquet to Lacoste Lefebvre. Lachi to Forger. Lacoste Lefebvre, Fouquet. To the midway mark. French mounting their pass count. 67 between their two possessions. The Aussies are making them work to earn any potential for goal. There's a 3-break run against the French right now. They need to stem the flow. Enzo Forger to Gerwig and now Schmidt. Schmidt, the youngster, goes to Lachi. And now Fouquet. Up line, too much sauce on it. Gerwig can't get there. And Australia will have a chance for the 5th in a row.
Yeah, France trying to be so patient and working their way up the field from their own end zone, but we see a fumble from the Australian side and the chance denied.
Now as short of a field as the French have had in some time. Gerwig and Schmidt exchange. Forger fires Lacoste. 2 meters out, far sideline. Forger cuts up line, but Lacoste Lefebvre goes to Schmidt. Now the return. And the two youth products of French Ultimate connect to secure that goal that ends the run against.
I feel like as the Australian D-line should still be quite proud of that point. They made the French throw 84 passes across multiple possessions. So France having to really work to earn an O-line hold. The French offense has definitely been patient across these games, but occasionally taking the risky shot or getting a cold drop after so many passes and so much patience. But this time they actually got rewarded for their hard work, as we see Jack Lilwell, part of the tournament organising committee for this World Ultimate Championships. Big thank you to Jack for your hard work, along with Matt Ryan, our tournament director, and every single person who has made this tournament possible, from our volunteers, our staff, Ultiworld. So many people you can list, I can't name everyone. Thank you.
That one goes out the back. Chodos indicates he'll bring it in for the brick. Chodos approaches the line to see a wall of blue jerseys. McNaughton finds a way through to Day and then continues to Phillips. Phillips winds up, leads for Day, and he's there. Australia answer back. Stay in the lead. It's 5-4 Barramundis.
The Australian offense working it through that fast sideline, which is today's low side, but the wind not impacting their throws, but maybe the number of supporters and team staff on that far sideline making a difference to keep them in focus and remembering what is at stake in this bronze medal match.
There you see Katie Yoshida unable to give for her team this time around. She's done so much for this Mondays team, a key cog in the offense, and has taken a big hit to the knee. Will be unavailable for some time, unfortunately.
Yeah, Yoshida looking at possibly about a year out from the game, which will likely dampen her chances for World Games selections for either Japan or Australia. She's played in the last World Games for Team Japan before moving down to Melbourne a couple of years ago.
The French received the pull, and Schmidt, now Fouquet, calling for it as she was very open. Phillips steps in front of Olivier and takes it away.
Great block by Phillips.
Tran picks up, looks upfield, gets Ramadan. Ramadan goes around, backs Palmer with a high take. Ooh, that one didn't come out well, but still saved. Ramadan flies to the backfield to rescue, then shoots deep. Timocles Copland, the receiver, and the break comes to fruition by the Aussies. 6-4 now, Mondays lead.
Paole there having a little limp in holding his quad, so it'll be interesting to see if he is back on the field for the Barramundis. As a slow start, but someone definitely fired up the barbie because the fish are on fire.
They are sizzling out there now.
And that is an unbelievable save by Ramadan coming out of Adelaide in South Australia. He's been such a great emerging talent in the mixed scene.
Four breaks to 2, the lead for Australia, but it's more so that since 3-0, it's been 4 breaks to none. All the momentum on the side of the Barramundis. France will be called upon for the would-be easy task now of getting the downwind hold.
But we've seen it's not always that easy, as some of these hucks are coming in very hot and going out of bounds, and Barcham upwind pull only gets to about half field.
That's a nice gift for les Bleus. Gerwig on the pickup. Back to Barentin. Ely was way in front, but Nass somehow makes that catch. I thought Ely had that line. Unbelievable.
Yeah, great bid by Ely. There was some contact or a foul called in the stack. So Ely's flying body not disrupting the play, it was the other players, and Mbe Vogel hopping over Ely's body to avoid contact.
Mbe Vogel tries to isolate Forget, and he does get the throwaway. Back to Nasser, who gets Lachi. Now Eva Bourneau to Forget. Barentin. To Lachi. Barentin shoots for goal. Eva Bourneau is there to collect. And there's a call on the play. Uncertain what it was. at this stage. Looks like a pick is the indication. Matty Owens was prevented from pursuit. That's not Matty Owens, it's C. Alice C.
Stolen 3.
Berentin with disc in hand again. The two-toned shoes of Eva Bourneau comes under and takes, and Forget loses his feet. And there's a stoppage for that, yes. With a foul called, there would be. And there is a foul called. Forget to Bourneau. Fires to the end zone. Lachie high, but not too high for the fraternal connection. Ava finds Lison, and the Bourneaus put a goal on the board for the French.
Great backup in the end zone over the head of one player's hands, but into Bourneau. As that earlier diving Ely, leaving Mbe Vogel unbothered. Great work from France on converting a clean hold. Their first in, well, I think that might even be their first clean hold of the game, Steph.
Chodos sees the pull into the hands and goes to Tran. Leading throw to Fisher Day. Marked tightly by Fenrich, and now to Stoddart. Chodos. Today. And stutter steps all over. Tran. Stoppage. Brought back in. Tran looks upfield, goes around, and Lison Bourneau steps through. Pushy to Ruel. Ruel spots Forget. Forget to Bourneau. Eva Bourneau, far sideline with the disc, and Forget and Stoddart discuss a travel.
Yeah, I saw some fists turning around each other.
Some disco hands.
Yeah, and this is why we love our hand signals. It's easy for us to see what's going on from afar before we get the field mics onto our stream.
Are you asked my perspective? I'm sorry, I was watching the downfield. I'm just here to... Foul contested. What's the score coming in on?
So we stand corrected on the call. It was a foul. Perhaps the players given disco hands based on assumption of why a call would have been made between those two.
Back into play. Ruel. Stall count mounting. Delivery to Forget. Bourneau gives a cut. Forget gets moving straight away. Forget to Fenrich. Low throw. This one taken by Ruel. Goes around, it's high and missed. Off the right hand, but cannot haul it the whole way in. Stoddard blasts deep, but it's not going to work unless off a Mac, but Forger did enough as it rolls into the cone, and there's a small celebration for that.
Yeah, perhaps a huck for territory from Stoddard, but as we see that disc edge arching up and bouncing right out of the hands, France unable to capitalize at that goal opportunity, but they have another chance at a break now, having to work the whole way back up the field though.
Into play. Eva Bourneau. And a miss and an interception, but Forger's called the foul on Tran. Forger waits, gets a move out of Bourneau. Back to Forger. Leads across, and Fenrich has come all the way back. Voirnesson flying into the picture. Voirnesson, and Chodos gets a blind block. Hits the back of the head.
Hopefully no concussion from that hard disc.
They call that a falcon around here, don't they?
Haven't heard the term, but that'll do.
I'm quite certain of it. Matty Owens goes back to Chodos, fakes the big, turns to the end zone. Ruel breaks up the play. Timeout called. Simon Ruel from his own coffin corner. A tough place to start from. It's 6 for Australia, 5 for France. One more break chance coming up after this. From the depths of the reef, the clownfish navigates as the French try to navigate their way all the way up through the Australian zone. They've got World Games qualification implications majorly at stake in this one. Currently down 5-6. 64 meters separate them from equalizing. Ruel takes the disc, flanked by Forger, and a split stack sees Eva Bourneau come under with separation. Now Lison Bourneau. Oh, and too far, but I love the bid. But no chance to recover. Another short field for the Barramundis. Chodos goes up line. Stoddard can't get there because of an incredible bid by Enzo Forger.
Forger has been everywhere this game. I love that matchup between him and Stoddard. As we saw him taking another key matchup in the Canada semi.
Bourneau collects the disc. And takes the slow walk back to the line. Bourneau looks for Bourneau, and the throw too low. Tran to pick up. High take, Dorothy Lee. Lee looking end zone. Popped over top, Chodos takes. Backhand fake, then the other way, Fisher Day. Day back to Stoddard. In the middle, all alone, Tran. He's got lanes, but throws in. Enzo says forget about it and takes away another. Lison Bourneau goes up to Ruel. Stall count mounting, gets rid of a blind pass, and Vornesson with the bailout. Fenriche holds his head, Camille Blanc on the ground, and heads patting as though it was too late by Ruel. A lot happening out there right now.
Yeah, this is a feisty point as both teams desperate to get a medal.
Can we recount over the stall? I thought it was fast. So lots to work out. Contact upfield. Never mind. And Chodos has it worked out quickly. Stoddard goes to Day. Aussies get away with it. Extend 7-5.
So 11 real-time minutes in that point if you exclude any stoppages of play. That was a fight till the end. As we saw, there was a stall out called and a pack grab that had some players holding their heads. So ultimately the stall out stood and Australia made incredibly quick work, and Stoddard found Day in the end zone with the hammer. Day just has made such a phenomenal impact this tournament for Australia.
Yeah, one of their top players. A massive contributor, statistically speaking. 32 overall points prior to this game. 18 goals and 14 assists.
And then this game, we've got 2 more goals to add to that.
Not a bad showing.
No, and I'm sure his wife Al is very, very proud if she's watching at home, or maybe she's made the trek up here from Sydney. Another amazing John McNaughton pull, lands just in bounds.
Incredible stuff by J-Mac. Schmidt goes to Lachi. Swan Lacoste breaks around to Boyon. Boyon waiting and gets Lachi. Boyon. And a pick called. Tap back into play, Boyon to Fouquet. Lachi leads and goes back. It's taken. No, it isn't. Missed. Is it recovered? I think all hands just a bit too short there, and the Australians will take over.
Yeah, a chance to take half for the Aussies. 2 flying French bodies trying to recover that overthrow and disc, but McNaughton, what will he do now?
McNaughton goes to Copland and back to J. Mack. Copland. Strong hands by Palmer coming through like a freight train, throwing deep. Copland there, but there is a call as Lachi remains on the ground. Lachi coming off gingerly, favoring the right leg.
Hope everything is okay with Lachi and perhaps just a winding or funny landing on her foot.
Berthe in to replace. And the disc will remain in the hands of Palmer after making that incredible grab
Yeah, but
under some defensive duress.
check out first, right? If she okay or not, because she was like down.
But if the players happened and nobody else is affected by the play, she was down. She wouldn't have stopped that throw.
Well, she was then because she was injured.
But
So it's possible she could have got a mark on, perhaps.
This is what I'm.
So apart from that, I don't think the other people were
I was saying
affected.
that she was down. She'd laid out, so she wouldn't have stopped it. But if you think it's back, that's fine.
Okay, so we're going to resume here. Please wait till I'm out of the way.
Some great input from game advisor Steve Baker, clarifying that the disc should go back.
That one just gets through. And now Ramadan after the up line. Dunmall squirrels up line, looks to continue and does, but there is a foul there. Suspiciously open Timocles. I don't know any other Timocleses.
Yeah, it's
Very unique first name.
a very unique name. He often just goes by Tim within his friend circle though. Timocles part of the Barramundi side in 2016 that won a silver in London, as well as getting silver in the U24s in 2015, or U23s as it was called then.
And that scuba was only going nowhere. Wind got every part of that and pushed it out. Nass, Mbe Vogel, blast one deep. Gaël Onslin, the target, I think too deep still. Big throw by Nasser, but a bit too much for a reception or goal.
Yeah, perhaps just trying to get the disc far away from their own end zone to make it hard for Australia to get a quick half. So the Aussies will have to work the disc all the way upfield, but we see McNaughton walk up and he can huck full field upwind. I have no doubt about that. There's many teams where they might be possible, but this Mundy side will have a lot of faith in McNaughton as we see a split stack with Dang and Dunmore isolated.
Back in. McNaughton takes Dang. To McNaughton. Ramadan. Nice wide backhand to Palmer. McNaughton gives the hammer. Beautiful throw, as we've come to expect. Ramadan to Ruiz. Dang comes under, shoots for goal, and it's too far for Copland.
It's the second turn we've seen this point for Australia in that corner as
They punt it again. Boyon between two yellow jerseys and can't make a play at it.
Boyan sandwiched. Oh yeah, we see Dunmore making contact with Boyan's back as he tries to back onto that disc. And it appears as though the call is retracted. As Mve Vogel goes to take the McNaughton matchup. Had a total of 5 turnovers in this point so far, so interested to see what comes next.
McNaughton steps up, throws. It's a bit too hot to handle for Palmer, And she trucks over Schmidt as he bent over to pick it up. She didn't see him there, but really did level him.
Palmer looks to be in quite a bit of pain, so hopefully everything is okay there and nothing too major. We'll let the team medical come in and give her the attention she needs. Oh, heads colliding. That's not fun. But both players are standing.
Good to see. Very odd incident. You don't see that kind of contact on an ultimate field too often, but the urgency to pick it up and get it going by Schmidt, the urgency to get back downfield and defend by Palmer, and blindly trucking into one another. Swan Lacoste Lefebvre, the under-20 junior who's got all the presence of mind. Did it in Birmingham, doing it again here in the Gold Coast. Another assist to Fouquet, and they bring it back to within one.
You see from those hugs how much this game means to Team France. They may or may not know how much is at stake in this game, not just whether or not they go home with a bronze medal, but whether their country gets to compete at the World Games next year in Chengdu, China.
The biggest dance in the sport. This is the biggest tournament hosted by WFTF, the Grand Championship. Though being recognized by the IOC, the second biggest multi-sport tournament, the World Games, does make that tournament the jewel of the ultimate calendar.
And especially since only 8 teams get to participate, the host nation and a remaining 7.
And what I like as well, short tournament, not high levels of games and small rosters.
Yeah.
14 players per team. Really get an intimate look at each player through each game. It's lots of excitement as we come to the tail end of the championship end of this tournament, and we'll set our sights on the horizon towards that tournament, the World Games.
You see the French sideline getting into a synchronized chair to amp their team up to play defense. The Australian O-line does have the advantage of the wind on their back though, and they'll be eager to punch in half now.
Tran goes to Owens. Owens to Chodos. And to Dorothy Lee. Lee sights Chodos in the backfield. All eyes upfield, uncorks the backhand. It's high. Tran does get a hand there, but distracted by the defense of Fenrish. And the disc goes to ground.
Phenomenal work from Fenrish to get the best position in that, jumping early to prevent Tran from having a shot. And done cleanly too, with minimal touch on each other. Love to see that.
Leads to Camille Blanc. Blanc and Owens. So that's Bub. Some contact. Fires one deep, does Forget. Ruel can't get the hand on it. And it's back to Australia once again.
Day doing what was done by Fenri yet again. A one-on-one in the sky. And who gets the early jump? makes the impact.
Epic point here. Tran boosts it deep. Matty Owens puts the left hand up, but it's beyond. Forget to Bru. Too far in front for Bourneau to have a chance. There's also some impact between Tran and Fenrich, who's left on the pitch.
Zach.
And Australia with another shot at taking half. Chodos to collect the disc from the sideline.
Chodos fires, hits Day, who really proves that he kept his foot. Leeds and Bourneau in front. 4 turnovers now on this point. After an epic one just prior, they send deep to Camille Blanc. Blanc takes a deep breath and throws to Fenrich, and then has some impact trying to cut through Palmer's space. Things have really spiraled downwardly in this game. You see the fatigue, you can tell it's late game. In the last 3 points, 20 turnovers. Forget leads to Ruel, and the French prevail. Finally finding that end zone, breaking up wind and taking us to Galaxy Point.
And that is the first French break that we have seen since the 3rd point of the game. This is incredibly important for France, and a timeout has been called. No surprises there as coaches want to recalibrate, and both sides eager to take off.
Time to recalibrate, settle, discuss. These last 3 points leave plenty for the coaches to be able to make modifications for after the bevy of turnovers. The last 3 points, not only 20 turnovers, but more than 28 minutes combined between the 3 of them. 11, 10, and 7.5 minute points. And those 3 absolute marathons. There's also another 9-minute point in this game. There's a lot of...
Eva, tu restes derrière, c'est Pauline au milieu, t'es à gauche, t'es à droite. Ensemble, on reste ensemble. Derrière, vous êtes en indive. Vous essayez au début d'être en indive. Un peu en oïd, en indive. Ok? On tabasse. La touche que là-bas, sinon à plat. Juste là, à faire. Là, chacun son rôle. Chacun son rôle.
So Steph, for those of us who don't speak French, what were the French coaching staff saying to that line?
Well, all for one is the big message coming from Maël Maurice. Coach Christophe Delpech was giving some more instructional lines that I was not exactly tuned into, I'll be very honest. But the message is coming emphatically from Coach Delpech, sensing and understanding the urgency to get this win, to get this bronze medal, to get this delegation through to the World Games. McNaughton goes to Dang, and back to McNaughton. Looking at a 1-3-2-1 zone. They sight the space and go to Ruiz. Ely, Ruiz. And again, they connect. Now Dang to McNaughton. Leads one out. Ely's in for a goal. And after all that, the Aussies hold clean and quick.
And that is half taken by the Barramundis, only by a narrow margin over France. The French, of course, coming out on offense at the start of this game, so Australia will have the pleasure of taking offense after half. As we see the series of passes, calm, collected offense through to Ely, the captain of this side. As we take a closer look at the stats of this game so far.
And it's quite level, of course. The total turnovers jump off the page. That is a lot. 41 turnovers in a half of Ultimate. The Barramundis a little more efficient with their break conversions. But this one, very tight indeed. Not much separating. And of course, that's why we've got a 1-point game on our hands. It will be the Barramundis that come out on O, so they will have the chance to 2 for 1, or 2 for none, pardon. They're scoring before the half. They're going to receive the pull after the half.
So we'll be joined now by Maddie Owens from the Barramundis. Maddie, let us know when you can hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Perfect. Congratulations on taking half, Maddie.
Thank you.
What are the messages from your coaches to adjust on your offense and ensure that you could get your holds?
This whole campaign has just been about trusting the process and executing, winning with our legs, and so we're just going to keep trusting the process, keep doing what we do, and just catching and throwing the Frisbees.
Maddie, it's Steph. You've had a lot of really long points in this game. You're down at least 5 players, 5 or 6. How's the team coping? Late tournament, less legs and long points. How are you guys coping with this kind of stress?
That's what we came here to do. We're a really gritty team. We love grinding out long points. Our D-lines are keeping their offense out on the field for really long periods of time, and so we're going great. Our physio S&C coach, Chris Gurr, has made sure that we're all really strong and fit, and we're ready for these moments.
And in terms of going into the second half, how will it feel if you get to take home a bronze medal today on home territory?
It would mean a lot. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm so emotional just thinking about it. It would mean a lot. There's been a lot of support here today and every other day, both here at the tournament, but also throughout this really long campaign. And so it would mean a lot to every single player, and I'm sure all of their supporters here and at home.
Well, thank you very much for your time. We wish you the very best throughout the second half and towards the end of the game. And we'll let you get back to your team. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Maddie Owens with her thoughts on the game. A long, drawn-out half sees the Australian Barramundis up 8-7 over the French. The angles, aerial and all, here at the World Ultimate Championships from Runaway Bay in the Gold Coast. We've reached halftime in the bronze medal match. Australia 8, France 7, and we've got Bryce Nemos from Team France for a few questions. Bryce, a long first half, lots of turnovers, lots of change. It's the end. How is France feeling after the break? What's the message from the coaching staff?
Yeah, I think it's to keep pushing, to keep believing that we'll get this win. We have had a very tough game in the power pool against Australia, and they were 8-7 as well in the first half. So we believe we can do it. I think the win will come down in the evening. So we're keeping to believe we can score this way. Yeah, I think just keep confidence in us, in our process, in our team, and it will work.
Yeah, and I'll pose to you a question I also asked to Australia. If you take home a bronze medal today, what will this mean to Team France?
That would be crazy. This is the first time for France to do that. I think our loss against Canada was very tough. So we have to come back now. We have to come back and get the bronze medal, that's for sure.
And more than just the bronze medal, are you and the team aware that this game has major implications and that the victory would ensure that France gets a World Games qualification?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I talk for myself, for the team, not for the federation. But for me, it's the bronze medal first, and we have to give everything we have for the medal now.
Fair to say, thank you very much for your response and your time, and good luck in the second half. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bryce Nemos for Team France, here for job one only, not allowing any extra pressure, even though I'm sure it's in the back of their minds.
Certainly, and like he said, that's a issue for the federation as a whole. Nemos and his team simply here to get a win in this individual game. They're not thinking about the women's or the opens and how those teams place, but just this one team of 26 incredibly talented athletes from France as we see the opening pool of the second half.
And it's McNaughton with disc in hand. The French have switched to a match defense, and I'm not sure that that's why the turn was generated, but a turn was generated nonetheless.
Yeah, Mish Phillips, we haven't seen her in the field a lot in the last couple of points, perhaps as the Australian D-line comes on and she's been playing more offense, but just out of the hands, uncharacteristic of Phillips.
Béguen Demo hits Camille Blanc, and there is a call on the field before that one gets to Simon Ruel. Suspiciously open, must be a pick.
It's Murphy's Law of Ultimate, right?
Béguen Demo looks upfield. Eva Bourneau gives a cut. Backhands to Blanc, and she waits and then gives the backhand to Forget. Low throw collected by Fenrich. Berthet, the around throw, it's high, and Simon Ruel sits on his teammate's back and takes that one out of the sky. That is something you don't see every day.
Yeah, the French are amped. That is exactly what they needed out of half. A break to bring us completely level. And what we call in Australia a specky, when you essentially climb on your teammate to get a ball, in this case a disc. Not necessarily legal in Ultimate if that was your opposition, but it's simply friendly fire, so the play stands for France.
Specky, of course, from Australian football rules, Aussie rules football, the AFL. And I don't think I've seen a play like that in all my years of Ultimate. You know, you've seen the bow jumps over a guy. There's been plenty like that, but for Simon to go up in a twist and get his backside firmly on the shoulder of his teammate. Very entertaining stuff right there.
Yeah, that's sure to make a highlight reel.
A couple of snowmen on the board you see now, 8 apiece. And the pole lands, rolls, and gets knocked down and given to J-Mac. Dang now. Stoddard. High, but Peely takes it, wary of the line. McNaughton winds up, delivers the backhand. Stoddard versus Forget. Stoddard steps in front and wins the battle. Backhand zips. Mish Phillips collects. And the Barramundis go back up by 1. It's 9-8.
Yeah, Phillips will be happy to get that one back after the bounce earlier in this half. Seen the whole Phillips family up here to support Mish and her sister Kat playing for the Firetails. I feel like their parents would be a bit divided at the moment as the Firetails playing on field 1 behind us. They have to park themselves in the middle, Steph.
Yeah, the good news is they can just turn their heads one way to the other. They don't have to have full troop transports. Stick in the middle, take in all the action.
Oh, what a beautiful dog there. I found out yesterday. I found out yesterday that dogs are not allowed in this park according to council rules, so those
on
spectators.
The outside looking in.
Yep, those spectators having to stay with their furry friends on the outside.
Bartram sends the pull. It's a good one. Schmidt picks up and goes to Ancelin. Stoppage early in the point. Looks like a pick between Lee and Lacoste Lefebvre. Ancelin taps, high take by Boyon. Lachi. Lacoste to Schmidt, the wind-up delivery. Mathias is gonna have too much work to do. Australia generate another turn.
That was a zinger upwind from Schmidt. If that was timed better to the cut, that would have been an amazing conversion for France, but Australia now with a chance for another break.
Australia will take over as Chodos greets Schmidt on his own goal line. Dorothy Lee can't handle that one, and now the French pick up with less than half a field to go. Ancelin shimmies, then takes the freebie to Lachi. Lachi breaks, but too far inside, and Tran knocks it away before fist pump. Then bombs deep. Chodo sends. The catch is made. Tran steps up, pops in, and the Mundis break, but a travel is called by Bouillon. And one of those plays where he did not establish the pivot foot right on the line, and so he'll be forced to do it again. Back in play, Dang. Goes backwards to Day. Day to Dang. And in for the goal. Tran to Day. And the Barramundis cash in.
The Mundis on home soil, still with the lead, and yet again Fisher Day gets on the stat board as we see this huge D. Tran denying, sliding around, and gets the assist. Great spirit between Ancelin and Day. Another break for the Mundis.
The sideline asking for more. Another, the call. French need the downwind holds, and will look to the veteranship of Nasser Mbe-Vogel. Short pull. Gerwig will take his time to get there. Will actually be called off by Nas. Picks up Ancelin, Swan, Lacoste-Lefebvre, back to Ancelin. Lacoste-Lefebvre. Breaks around, Gerwig, Mbe-Vogel. Looks for the scuba. Back to Gerwig, and then the crossfield to Olivier. The left hand catch, very confident. Gerwig. Mbe-Vogel high over top, and Lacoste-Lefebvre was there. Olivier may have been as well. But it only takes one. Mbe-Vogel to Bourneau. And the French get the hold. They're back to within one.
We see how Le Bleu did it on that beautiful clean hold. Two players vying for the same disc but kept alive. Mbe-Vogel finds Bourneau, Yves Bourneau, as it's a family affair on this team, with the goal.
And the Australians got the boxing kangaroo out. They've been busy all day long. All three teams in action. Here, the Barramundis in the mixed division up 10-9. Right behind us, the Firetails are playing Canada. Do we know how they're doing?
Yeah, so Australia took half over Canada 8-4, and the current score is 10-6 as far as I'm aware. There may have been a recent score. I can see an 11 has ticked over for the Firetails, so... But there was a call on this field. Exciting that the Firetails are up on Canada, but the Barramundis still have a bit of work to do on field 2 in the mixed division.
Yeah, both teams in good position in the lead. Both teams have reason to believe they might have medals around their neck at the end of this one, but lots of work to go, particularly in this one with a 1-point margin. McNaughton zips low, Mish Phillips, sticky hands. Zips to the end zone. Dunmore can't get quite high enough.
Pauline Berthet denying on that huck. Not giving Australia a second chance.
Forget looks upfield. Then to the dump space. Bourneau. Aggressive chase, but Ruel does a great job to retain possession. Forget winds up and goes to Bourneau. Another close chase. In dangerous territory here, Callahan country as it's known. Bourneau. To Forget. Leading up line, Bourneau. Inside to Ruel. Camille Blanc, and there's a pick on the field. Back in the hands of Fenrich. The Parisian decathlete.
Decathlon. 10 sports?
Yep.
Oh my
Ultimate's
goodness.
11 for him.
We talk about multi-sport athletes when ultimate players play one or two other sports, but my goodness.
One discipline. One discipline. Track and field.
Yeah. Just got a little bit of a conversation as to where the disc will return. Stoddard jump in, and I wonder if he's fluent in French, as he was chatting to Camille Blanc.
Fenrich to Berthet. High for Blanc, but she handles. Eva Bourneau fires. Fenrich got there, but couldn't close the hands on it. Says that there was a bump.
Tried to catch, dropped at you, and after you had dropped the catch, I bumped into you. And then just put my underhand, just pushed me when I reached the net, and so just, do you mind if I ask again? Observe?
Yeah, so my perspective is I don't think the contact affected your catch there. I think you dropped it regardless of the contact.
It's your call.
Okay, cool. Foul, contested.
Fenrich takes the advice from the game advisor and disagrees still. It was mild contact, but he says he felt it in the back when he tried to catch. And I think there's some validation to it.
Yeah, I mean, that first camera angle we had sounded similar to what the game advisor said, but that second angle, I can see the initial bump, so, you know, gotta respect the players and their calls and the ability to agree to disagree. And that's a great thing about Ultimate as a self-refereed sport. If you can't come to an agreement, it just goes back, like the play never happened. It disappears, but there was another call here as France are on offense. McNaughton to bring the disc back into play for France. High
Long.
take.
Looks to Berthet. Enzo Forget. To Ruel. And to pick up field.
The gun show's coming out now. Tight game means untidy stack.
Only 3 minutes remain in this game. We will not be seeing 15 points.
Nor 14.
And players toppling over one another out there. Dunmall and Bourneau losing their legs and taking tumbles because of some impact.
Ankles twisting based on that replay. But everyone's up and about now.
Ruel goes to Fenrich. Forget and Fenrich connect. Travel called in the return. And then another pick. Fenrich goes to Boyon and Forget. Now Bourneau looks to the end zone, not quite yet. Ruel. Ruel goes around, Berthet is there. And the French equalize with a break. 10-10 with 1:20 to go.
So Steph, regardless of how this next point goes, we've only got 1 minute on the clock till soft cap, so it looks like we will be getting a game to 12. I love Pauline Berthet's celebration for the goal. Double fist. Similar to one we had from World Games in our opening reel. This woman gets goals.
Gets goals and gets amped. It's 10-10, time ready to expire. We'll be back with the tail end of this cracker. $10-10 World Championship bronze medal on the line. We've reached the soft cap. Finish this point and add one. It's going to be a game to 12.
Now, Steph, I'm on the edge of my seat. I am nervous, excited, but regardless of who wins this game, this is it. This is so amazing. We're essentially at 0-0, game to 1 at this point.
Beyond anything entertained. McNaughton goes under to Barcham. Barcham fakes and gets a move out of J-Mac. Boyon takes it away. The French with a short field. Ruel shoots. Forget for the goal. Big break for the French. It's a game to 12, and they got a 1-goal lead.
The French are firing, and since the start of this game, this is the first time that France have been ahead since 3-2. The Aussies taking a number of breaks in the first half to get ahead, but Le Bleu has come back. And like Nemo said at halftime, they believe they've been in this deficit before and they were able to come over it.
On a besoin, le reste ça va venir. Restons là, restons là. On descend pas d'un poil et pas besoin de monter parce qu'on y est.
Juste, il ne faut pas qu'ils tirent une main dans une passe. Moi, on va voir ce que les coachs nous proposent, mais peu importe l'intention, c'est on les fait travailler, on les fait cravacher.
Sois dur, sois dur.
C'est dur. 3-2-1, incassable. 3-2-1, incassable.
They've found a new level and they want to stay there. We will stay here is the message from Captain Gaël Ancelin. Restons là. He says as the sun sets, the golden hour is upon us here in the Gold Coast. And even though the gold will not be offered, the bronze coming to one of these teams in a maximum of 2 points time now.
Yeah, we refer to the bronze as the dirty gold down under, and it's going to be rewarded as we see a Rogue board. Despite the name might suggest, Rogue is a Sydney-based women's club, and Cara Tamas from the Masters team supporting her women's teammates on this side. The sidelines are getting noisy.
It is electric here at Runaway Bay. Bourneau sends the pull. Can the Aussies force Universe? Or will the French earn their medal? McNaughton shoots right away. Phillips underneath. Big take. We're going to Universe.
Yes! Let's go!
That is a huge response from the Barramundis as veteran players McNaughton and Phillips connect. And on field one, an update for the Aussies watching. The Firetails have won the bronze in the women's division. Exciting times here at Runaway Bay.
All the action remains on field two. The Barramundis equalize with a long shot from the veterans connecting. McNaughton to Phillips, tightly marked by Bourneau, but not flustered at all. Very little, of course, an understatement separating these two teams. The European champions, silver medalists from last World Championship. 22 points play, but nothing matters except this next one coming up.
Meanwhile, the Australian side, silver medalists at the Asia-Oceanic level this year.
Looking down the lines, the defensive unit for the Mundies: Owens, Phillips, McNaughton, Dunmall, Tran, Copland, and Palmer. Across the other way for the French: Berthet, Forget, Blanc, Bourneau, Eva Bourneau, Fenrich, Fouquet, and Bouillon, given the responsibility of holding in for the win.
This is it, Steph. It is 0-0, game to 1 at this point. Throw those last 22 points out the window. Well, don't, because they matter, and both teams have played so hard for this. They will be tired and sore, but hungry to take home a medal and make their friends and family and countries proud.
We're all ready to roll. Michaela Dunmall with the pulling duties. It's universe point for a bronze medal at the World Ultimate Championships. Fouquet picks up. Opts not for the first throw. Now Bouillon gives an option, far sideline. Bouillon goes under, Camille Blanc. Blanc surveys options, takes Bouillon. Bouillon into the backfield, Forget. Forget looking upfield, Bouillon off to the races. Fenrich comes back. Fenrich waits and goes to Camille Blanc. Blanc motions back to Fenrich, now waiting for Forget. Bump on the mark, violation. Everyone on their feet now.
Okay, so coming in
Both
at 4.
sidelines filling up. Camille Blanc, the junior, throws and it bounces off the hands of Eva Bourneau. McNaughton picks up quickly, fires deep. Michelle Phillips is there for the win. It missed and knocked down. The French get a second chance.
My goodness, Steph. I am on the edge of my toes right now. McNaughton shoots, but overshot. Phillips having to go up early and misreads in a pat grab.
Bronze medal available. A berth to the World Games available. Can the French prevail? Enzo Forget wants it in one shot. Fenrich on the chase. Tran bumps into Fenrich and a foul called. Tran accepts. A very spirited acceptance in a moment like this. Back into play, Bouillon. Can't throw right away. Bump on the mark there. Foul accepted by Copland. It's Bourneau and Fenrich available in the end zone on the tap-in. Boyon keeps his eyes fixed upfield, now leads to Blanc. Blanc looks to the side, Boyon is there! The French take the bronze medal! They're going to the World Games!
My goodness, what a game, and LeBlanc have done it. They take home the dirty gold, doing one better than London as the Barramundis collapse in tears. The French in tears too, but they know how much this means to their country and their ultimate scene. France will be at the World Games in Chengdu next year. Australia will be there too, but the Barramundis medalists today, but always winners in the heart of Australians.
A huge win for the French, taking on the home team. Coming from behind, a few lead changes amidst that game. Big games across the board. Forget had a great showing. Nasser Vogel with his first Worlds medal after nearly 30 years of playing. The jubilation, the commiserations, everything left on the pitch here. Look at the game stats there. Of course, very little separating these two.
It simply was, in the end, France getting one more break and one less turnover than Australia. This is what you want to see in a medal game at the World Championships. And an incredibly spirited game from both sides. We saw, I'm overwhelmed, I'm so excited, but also disappointed for Australia, but we saw Tran there opting to accept the foul call in the front of the end zone. It could have been tempting to contest that just to give you a shot for the block, but an incredible display of spirit from both teams here in the bronze medal game at Runaway Bay. As you can see, the Gold Coast skyline in the aerial shot. The sun has now set in Runaway Bay, but stay tuned. We have an Opens bronze medal game coming up to you shortly.
Yeah, Open bronze medal. There's, of course, all the action tomorrow, but the emotions still dripping off the field here. You see tears flowing on both sides in victory and defeat, the amount that these athletes pour into these campaigns.
Awesome.
Emotionally, physically, financially, these players put so much into being able to compete at this level, to be able to compete for their countries. And the pride that comes with it is very difficult to put into words, but that's what we're doing our best and why we get these interviews at the end of the game too. We've got one of the greats of the game putting on the headset, Nasser Vogel. Nas, do you hear us?
I hear you.
Congratulations, Nas.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
a huge year. You got your first European medal last year. You've just gone and taken a bronze medal, a world championship medal, the first for France. Talk us through your feelings right now. Where's your head at, Nas?
Everywhere. It's been like a crazy week with a lot of emotion. This team is just like a big family. We are fighting all together to make this dream coming. Yeah, it was a tough loss against Canada, but I think we find the last energy we had to finish this game and winning the bronze medal. I'm so proud of this team.
Yeah,
and a big hug for Romain Chemino. He's not here, but we were thinking about him every time. So Romain, we love you.
Yeah, tell me about Chemino. What does he mean so much to you, and why is he missing this tournament?
He had a baby coming, I think 2 weeks before World with some issue, so he decided to stay home. So we were thinking about him. I love this guy because he was my team player during practice. So, Romain, this victory is for you too.
Nas, great tribute to Chemino. You are one of the veterans of this team, of this game. Your team has so much differentiation from all across France, the youth, the experience. Talk about the vibe and how this all comes together working with such a diverse group.
I mean, it's just like a big family who decide to come together for a big project and just like believe on the process, believe all the time. We had some trouble during the weekend. I didn't play, Sasha didn't play for like since like Tuesday, didn't play. It was tough for everyone. But you know, in the family, sometimes we have some issue, and we find a way to go all the issue together, and we did it.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time, Nas.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And there's Nasser Mbe Vogel, the legend of the game. Wins a medal and a berth into the World Games. France have done it. Taken down the Australian Barramundis in the bronze medal match. Universe point. The French get it done on Australian soil. 12-11 for Katie Locke. I've been Stefan Rapazzo. Thank you so much for joining us here on Ultiworld. We'll catch you next time.